I think there's other people running her.
My family was like originally Democratic when I was younger.
We have guns in this country and we're not giving them up.
Easily manipulated, right? They adjust the samples based on what they believe the actual demographics are.
You do realize she is vice president currently, and she has done nothing. I like Trump because obviously
My friends are Trump supporters.
There was an old hotel that had been abandoned for about 25 years. Took the fascia off, let the steel up, and then turned it into a Hyatt hotel.
It's very scary. I think about it all the time, what could happen, and it keeps me up at night.
Velkommen til Dokument i Amerika. Jeg er Elisabeth Rooney, og jeg rapporterer fra Florida. Jeg har vært ute og snakket med mannen og kvinnen i gata, og det vil jeg gjøre mer av fremover, spesielt nå mot valget. Søndag så var det en båtparade til ære for Trump i byen som vi bor, og vi dro dit, og jeg snakket med flotte amerikanere som fortalte meg om sine bekymringer for fremtiden, nåtiden og for valget, og hva som vil skje i november. Det ble mye snakk om Kamala Harris, og med tanke på norske medier, og det har jo vært flere meningsmålinger i Norge om hvem nordmenn ønsker som president i 2024 i Det hvite hus. Det var spesielt en i nettavisen som viser at over 80% av kvinner i Norge ønsker Kamala Harris, og nesten 70% av menn. Det er et godt eksempel på hvor effektiv propagandaen til norske medier er. Jeg har selv vært et offer for det, så jeg vet hvordan det er. Og jeg skulle ønske at disse nordmennene og også journalister kunne få anledning til å snakke med mennesker som jeg snakket med på søndag, og det er jo tross alt de som har stemmerett, og det er de som bekymrer seg for landet, og det gjør tydeligvis ikke liberale medier, hverken i USA eller Norge. Ellers så hadde de ikke fremmet Kamala Harris og Tim Walz. Jeg vil spesielt nevne en ung kvinne som heter Jocelyn, konservativ kvinne. Hun har en interessant historie å fortelle, og hun har også venner som er demokrater, og hun har satt seg inn i politikken til Kamala, og jeg tenker at hvis de fleste ungdommer både her og i Norge er som henne og andre jeg møtte, så har vi ingenting å bekymre oss for fremtiden, for de som skal ta over for oss. Jeg håper dere setter pris på denne sendingen. Det blir flere fremover. Jeg vil jo også gå ut og snakke med demokrater. Jeg må ut, og jeg tenkte å dra på universitetene her, og kanskje på en en demonstrasjon eller noe sånt. Jeg vil jo vise Amerika fra begge sider. Og jeg har et par intervju som blir publisert i fremtiden. Jeg snakket med Lisa Hansen. Hun har vært under Tim Walz's tyranni under pandemien, og hun advarer nå Amerika om skulle han bli visepresident og Kamala president. Jeg har også snakket med tanten til Matthew Perna som hang seg etter 6. januar, og han er faktisk ikke alene, og han var en av mange som ikke voldelige, som har vært gjennom det kan ikke annet enn kalles emosjonell terror fra den amerikanske regjeringen. Og neste uke skal jeg snakke med talkshow-host Joyce Kaufman. Og jeg har snakket med henne før, og vi diskuterer da stå i politikken i Amerika i dag. Hun kaller dette valget for bizarrt, og det er ikke noe rart. Så jeg håper dere setter pris på denne sendingen som sagt, og det vil bli flere fremover. Og takk for denne gangen, og vi ses snart igjen. Okay, so you were late for the parade.
Yeah, I know. I was late. I didn't even know there was a parade, but we happened to stop by and we see all the flags out.
Nice.
How can you miss it, right? Did you just drive by?
Yeah, we were just driving by. We wanted to come by the water. I
Right.
just came after church, so.
So, have you lived in Jupiter all your life?
No, I lived upstate New York for like half of my life.
Okay.
And I came here for the past 10 years.
Oh, you did? Okay. And you are a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I am. My family was like originally Democratic when I was younger. Yeah, my mom voted for Obama, but she switched up after his first year, or after his first 4 years.
I spoke to somebody who said the same thing.
Yeah, because he was saying a lot of good things, but then you see them in term, they do nothing. you know?
Right.
So I like Trump because obviously I'm noticing how much cost is nowadays, and as a young adult, like I'm worried about whether I can move out and support myself, you know, and also just safety and everything like that. You know, taxes is expensive, so that's the reason why.
You said your family switched. Have you kind of been conservative when you started?
They switched when I was younger, so I feel like most of my influential years I've been Republican, I would say.
And what about your friends?
It's a kind of a switch, honestly. I have some people who are very Democratic, you know, so my friends, they've been raised that way. So I know it's like really hard when you've kind of been raised a certain way to get out of it. But I think it's funny because a lot of times when I ask my like Democratic friends, I'm like, oh, like what are the policies that you support from Kamala Harris? They have nothing to say. Or if they do say anything, like I know some people are talking about like the taxes, that she's like talking about like lowering taxes and stuff like that. I'm like, you do realize she is vice president currently and she has done nothing. And they're acting like she's a completely different campaign.
You said it.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn, that's great, because I actually wanted to come down here and just pick a subject, and Kamala was one of the things I was going to ask people about. So you tell them, and what do they say then?
Well, I know like a lot of them are talking about like women's rights and stuff like that.
We are not going back. If you stand for freedom, for self-determination, for the right to privacy, if you stand for these principles, stand with us. Let us fight for our country and for the principles upon which it was founded, and let us fight with everything we have got.
I don't think they've completely looked into everything that Trump said, because he's not trying to get rid of abortion rights completely. He wants it to be more of the states to choose upon that. So I think some of our main issues in America are probably like the immigration that's happening and just like how much of we're paying for. Inflation's been crazy lately. Like I've looked at how much inflation's went up since Biden's been in office, and it's actually crazy. I know that she is considered, what is it, the border
Czar.
Border czar, and I've heard that she's never really once visited the border. And I think as border czar, yes, it's important to like look into see why so many people are coming to America, but it's also important to protect your citizens here.
Right.
So that's the important thing. And I've known so many people who are struggling, and they are citizens, they've been here their entire time, and they have not received the amount of help that Biden's been giving the people who are coming illegally. And my family is immigrants, so they came, I'm Dominican. So, and they all came legally, they all agree the same way. When you come legally, it's a lot different looking at people who are coming illegally, you know? It's a lot, it's kind of disrespectful, you know? So, I don't understand why some people are supporting it. I don't think a lot of people are knowledgeable when they're looking into her campaign. I think they're morally choosing it because it's their side and they just want to go and they want to be followers. But I think it's important to look at what she's saying and what she's going to implement, you know, in the next 4 years.
Very good, and I hope you keep them informed. Yeah, and the media is really, it's amazing what the media is doing to spinning her after she's was one of the probably the most unpopular.
Yeah, I feel bad for like, you know, the Democrats, because they didn't get to choose who they're voting for. You know, they didn't vote for her. So I feel bad that they're having a candidate that they never picked. And they're kind of just being like, oh, well, Kamala Harris is your candidate now, so you have to choose that and you have to go with that. And I think that for them preaching freedom and, you know, free everything, they are not really giving their people free anything when they're choosing their president. They never got to vote for Kamala Harris. And I think that, honestly, if Kamala was on the ballot, that they wouldn't, like before, have voted for her. So they knew what they were doing. Yeah. And I think it's wrong that they're not allowing for their people to vote for their president and who they want to be candidate. I know all the Republicans voted for Trump, so we're happy he's our candidate.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are just following her, and I don't know. I think that's wrong.
It is wrong, and I'm surprised not more people, or even Democrats, are speaking up. You know,
Yeah, they're not thinking of it that way.
No.
You know, and I'm just kind of shocked.
Yeah. Well, keep telling your friends, and
Yeah.
I'm so glad I got to talk to you. I'm sorry you missed it because it was beautiful.
I know. I'm sure. I'll have to look up. I'm sure there's videos.
Yeah, I took some, and I was asking somebody, do you think they would have something like this for Kamala or Joe Biden?
I honestly,
No.
no, especially not around here.
No.
You know, like I think Trump is very loved around here.
Yeah.
You know, we're very close to his home.
Yeah, we are.
But yeah, I don't think she would have anything like that around here. I honestly don't know what they would be even celebrating, to be honest. I don't think a lot of people really, if you ask them what they like about her, they can't really say anything. So.
But it's all about joy. Don't you hear the new thing now? It's joy, you know.
She's so happy, and you know, she's always smiling, and that's awesome. But we want a president. So.
Yeah, and you know, thinking about joy, I did an article on Tim Walz. He changed the abortion law in Minnesota so that if say somebody has an abortion and the baby, I call it a baby, I hate the word fetus, if that baby survives, in the past they were required to give it medical care. He changed the law so they don't have to do that.
That's awesome.
And so the baby is just, they had like 7 babies they had found, and these are records from the state, so it's not like a conspiracy theory and that people have dug up.
Yeah.
So the baby is just left there on its own.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know. I don't think there's not a lot of people don't know too much about him. I'm still learning a lot about him. I have heard some things, some positive, and I've heard some things where he is kind of pro transgender, and obviously like I'm younger, so I'm open to everybody. I love everybody, you know. I've been raised to love everybody. I don't support young kids having their minds construed with these thoughts at such a young age, and they are saying that he is pro transgender and changing your body even if the parents don't agree with that. And I think that's crazy as minors. I mean, we can't even get a tattoo without our parents' approval.
Right.
And you're telling me you can genetically modify your body? Like, I don't know. It's just, it's weird.
Yeah, they call his state a what do they call sanctuary states, and actually parents do not have a that. It's another thing. So that is also based on records. So it's, you know how they tell us, well, that's a conspiracy theory. It's not.
You
So
just have to look into it. But they're not willing to do that. You know.
Well, I see that you are, and thank you so much.
welcome.
Yeah, I'm glad you made it, even if it was late.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad.
Anyway, for myself, we're from New York. I'm a New Yorker, and I know Trump from New York. You know, he did a lot of good things there. People don't know about his first big project. There was an old hotel that had been abandoned for about 25 years near Grand Central Station. He bought the property. He took the fascia off. He left the steel up, and then turned it into a Hyatt hotel. Beautiful place.
And that was his first.
That was the first big project he had. And then the company I worked for, we used to do telephone installations. We installed the hotels for him in Atlantic City and in New York. I personally was in his office when he was still starting. It was at 347 Madison Avenue. I went there on a service call. There was only about 4 or 5 people. He was just starting out. And his phone wasn't working. So he was sitting behind his desk, and I was sitting on the floor here fixing his phone. So anyway, everybody loved him in New York because he used to give money to both parties. And he was just popular. But anyway.
I like that story. Those are the kind of stories we like to hear. And yeah, so you fixed his. What year was this?
Oh God, that was like 1970, maybe 73, something like that. Yeah, somewhere around that time. And like I say, he was just starting out. He was in his, he had a small office. He was at 347 Madison Avenue.
Yeah.
I remember that place.
Yeah.
But that's why everybody liked him. And then he did the thing for the, it was an old skating rink in Central Park. I forget the name of it. It was all run down. They got bids for millions and millions of dollars and take 2 years. And he said, oh, I'll do it in 6 months for like 500,000. And he did it, you know? And so, anyway, and then, you know, well, we came here and then, you know, I've always been a Republican, you know, so I'm a Vietnam veteran. And
Thank you for your service.
yeah, and so when he ran for president, you know, we after 8 years of Obama, we knew we had to do something. So, anyways, we supported him. We supported him last time. We've been to a number of rallies. My wife's been to 5 or 6 rallies, but she doesn't travel out of state. In October, I went on this different parts of the country. They have what they call honor flights, and then what they do is they take veterans up to Washington. They fly them up and give them like a special day, and everybody has a sponsor. The sponsor I had. This lady traveled to 14 different states to follow Trump. It was like, yeah, I went to this one in Michigan, I went to this one in Pennsylvania. And she lived in Florida. That was kind of funny. So, but anyway.
I heard about those flights. That's really
yeah. It's a nice thing. It's, they do it for all over different parts of the country.
Yeah.
And the flight I was on was the son of this guy that won the Medal of Honor. He was a medic.
Okay.
I forget the name of the movie. Anyway, his son was on our flight.
Oh.
And he showed us the thing about his father and everything. So that was pretty nice. But it really started for the World War II guys. But there's so few of them. They, you know, there's only all of World War II guys are like close to 100 now.
Yeah.
So, well, we were lucky. We had 2 of them on our flight. So that was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're here to support Trump.
Yeah.
We hope he wins, you know.
Yeah, we were talking about Kamala, and you know, it's many people I hear were hopeful, very hopeful when Biden was running, and then she came into the picture, and the media is, you know, they're just chirping her up.
Unfortunately, the way it works, a lot of black people are going to vote for her because they think she's black or she is black or whatever she thinks. I mean, it's just the way it is. They're just going to vote for her, you know. And I think that was one of the reasons they picked her, is they were down with the black votes. And I mean, it doesn't take much more to swing if you can capture a lot more black people voting, you know. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. So.
And then she's giving away money now, so that's another...
Well, that's always the plan, to give away money.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to pay for the money.
Yeah,
you know? So,
yeah.
So anyway.
Well, so nice talking to you.
Okay, this is my wife, Gloria. She's from the Philippines. So...
what is your name again?
Gloria.
Gloria. I love that name. I'll ask Gloria, do you have a lot of Philippines that you know, are they voting for Trump? Or?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they are.
Most of my friends.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, even some Filipinos from California are going to vote for him.
That's great.
although,
They have not been indoctrinated enough.
no, not yet.
That's good.
Well, California is even worse. I mean, you know.
California will be, United States will probably be like California and worse if she comes into office.
This guy, Newsom,
Yeah.
he's cleaning up now. He's getting his run ready for 2028.
Yeah, and some say that he's doing it too because Kamala is from California and that he needs to like pretend like he's doing something. I don't know.
He's pretending for himself. He's a very selfish guy. He doesn't care about anybody else. He wants to be the president.
He's another communist.
Yeah, just doing things, you know, to make it look good. The same way with her sound bites, you know, just
Yeah.
to make it look good.
I will. I'm not sure if I got your name.
Oh, my name is Mike.
Mike and Gloria. Hi there.
Hi,
What's your name?
Terry.
Nice to meet you.
To me too.
And
Yeah, my name is Harry.
Oh,
I don't think her name is Harris. And you're here for the boat parade?
yeah, to show my support for Trump.
Yes, that's great.
And it's beautiful.
It is, yeah. Do you know when it starts, or?
They were meeting over at Cato's Bridge, which is
Uh-huh.
right around the corner at 11:30, and they're going to line up on the other side of that bridge.
Okay.
They go through here, and then there's a channel to the left, and then they're going to go under that bridge, which is called Cato's, and then they're going to line up, and then they're going to come through there and come through here and all the way to
Oh,
Peanut Island.
They go, okay,
So
good.
it starts up here in Jupiter and it ends at Peanut Island
Yeah.
in West Palm Beach.
And Peanut Island.
Peanut Island is this is the intercoastal.
Singer Island.
Singer Island.
Yeah,
Peanut Island, Singer Island.
yeah. That's awesome. I actually came here to talk to people about, Kamala Harris. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say Kamala?
Doesn't know what she's doing.
No.
No. Doesn't have a clue, I
No.
don't think. I think there's other people running her. Like she's just a poster board, you know?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to use that word puppet because that was already used for somebody else.
And she doesn't want to align with his politics, but actually I think those were her politics. What he did.
I think she wants to do what he wants to do, but more. She wants to do everything tenfold.
She will.
Yeah.
She will. I had really good hopes when Trump, when Biden was in the race, but now with the media churching her up, and it's getting a little scary. What do you think of that?
I do. It's very scary. I think about it all the time. What could happen? And it keeps me up at night. So I have 2 young children. One's just starting her career and one's in college. So it is scary. It's scary for them and any children that they have. We just pray and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Hope people wake up and see what's happening.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And don't get complacent with the prices of everything that is right now, because it doesn't have to be that way.
Hello, I love your flag.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Beautiful day.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice meeting you. What's your name?
My name's Michael.
Michael. So, did you see the parade?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Came up from Delray Beach, Florida, so about 40 minutes south of here, but we wanted to come up and enjoy the weather and show our support for President Trump. What would you like to know about Kamala Harris?
Well, first of all, my own thought is that I was hopeful when Biden was running, but now I'm really worried because the media is, putting her up to high levels, and I really am worried.
Worried that she might win.
I actually am, yeah, because they're using all the tricks and all the. What do you think?
I don't believe the polls at all. I mean, if you know anything about how polls work and statistics work, I mean, they're easily manipulated, right? They adjust the samples based on what they believe, the actual demographics are. So they will, oversample, for example, Democrat voters or certain segments of the voters because they think that will get a better reflection of what's actually the case. But they're just manipulating the samples. It's very difficult to do those samples. I think for me, I just look around and observe, see the rallies, see the enthusiasm, see the yard signs and things, and for Trump. But I don't believe the manipulation now and the change in the media saying that, she's great, she's the best, whatever. So.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, and you are right, and that's why I want to go out and talk to the people instead of listening to the news and report what they say, because You hear it best. You hear it best from the people on the street, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you from here, by the way? Are you from?
We moved. My family moved to Florida during the middle of the government lockdowns, also known as the pandemic.
Yeah.
But, it was devastating in a lot of ways, financially, economically, and emotionally. We still want to be a part of it. And we decided to come to Florida. It's a free state. We're allowed to make our own decisions about whether or not we want to take the vaccines or experimental medications. Whether or not we wanted to wear masks. We saw people happy, businesses flourishing. This was a place where we were happy and just allowed to make our own decisions.
Yeah.
Here, so. Yeah, we're happy, and we decided to stay. We're not leaving. We love it down here.
Oh, we do too. It really is great. And they're talking about lockdowns. I'm talking to a lady from Minnesota about Tim Walz. She's been on the news. Her name is Lisa Hansen. And I'm talking to her. She lost her business because of Tim Walz. She ended up in prison for 90 days.
Yeah.
While Minneapolis is burning, he put his,
Well, I mean, I think most of these government actions during the pandemic were unconstitutional. In a lot of cases, they've been ruled unconstitutional or illegal since then. Too late. The damage is done.
Yeah.
They didn't have that situation here, and forcing people to take these injections against their will, basically, and I think for no good reason, no benefit, and all the dangers that came with them. So, for me, the most important issue that I'm voting on, and the reason I would vote for Trump, is freedom of speech. Forget any other issue. There's been so much censorship of the press behind the scenes with the CIA and the FBI and the White House manipulating and censoring, working with to censor these tech companies to censor freedom of speech, and that's the foundation of everything we stand for in America, regardless of your political ideology. We have to have the right to speak our mind. There's no such thing as hate speech. It doesn't exist. And if it does, just let me be in charge. I get to decide. Because whoever's in charge, whoever gets to decide what constitutes hate speech, they're the dictator. I'm about freedom of speech, no matter what.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, well said. And Norway does have a hate speech law, and it's used against the people. It's used against Norwegians.
Right.
Against, I'm not going to mention the people, but it's never a Norwegian. There's never anybody else. They can say whatever they want, and they're using it against the Norwegians.
Right. No way.
No.
I mean, that's the issue to die on. This country is like they say, if you die on that hill, I'll die on that hill. That's something that we have. You can't abridge our right to free speech in this country. It's unacceptable. Those rights come from God.
Yeah.
Government does not give me the right to speak my mind. God gives me the right to speak my mind. No man or woman gets to decide what I'm allowed to say, as long as I'm not hurting someone. I'm not putting someone in danger, right? That's the exception. You can't hurt. Other than that, we're allowed to speak freely. And there's a movement in this country, there's a thought that it's okay to decide what's hate speech, what's misinformation. No way. It's ridiculous. That's just a form of control and repression. I don't want to live that way.
Thank you. And that's why it's good that you're in Florida too, you know. Thank you so much. Okay, hey, how are you? Are you here to see Trump supporters?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Trump, so many Trump supporters.
Yes, and are you Trump supporters? You are? And she says that you're from Connecticut, your mom? Yeah? And you're on vacation?
Visiting.
Yeah? How long are you here for?
A week and a half maybe.
Yeah?
Leaving tomorrow.
You are?
I think.
And
Tuesday.
And she says that that Connecticut is a real liberal state. Are you getting hammered up there?
Yeah. No Trump flags at all.
Yeah. You in school, or you don't talk about? You probably don't talk much about politics in school, do you? Or
with my friends.
Yeah. And what does your friends think?
My friends are Trump supporters.
Yeah.
I really don't have any not Trump supporters.
No.
We live in a red town, and so we
See?
live in a red town.
Oh, okay, a red town in Connecticut. Yeah.
Conservative side.
Mhm.
There's a lot of kids that are supportive of Trump and looking forward to this election and hoping that he wins.
And is she okay? So there is like pockets of conservative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we live in Southington, Connecticut.
I need her to work for
That's
me.
a very red town.
Yeah.
We have a lot of rallies.
Oh, good.
In Hartford, we rally.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that this is the year that he comes back.
Yes.
We're ready for him. We need him.
And what do you? I'll ask you first. But what do you think of Kamala Harris and or?
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
We know how she got her start in politics, and we're not pleased that that is who is going to be running for president.
Yeah.
She's not a role model or any type of inspiration for any young people.
No.
So
I'll ask what the.
hoping that does not happen.
Yeah. What do you all think of Kamala? Were you surprised?
Awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I dislike her,
Yeah.
but I don't wish anything bad on her. I just don't like her.
That's a good answer. I'm from a socialistic country. You probably heard of Norway having the good healthcare system, and like AOC and Bernie Sanders want to copy it.
Yeah.
It's all a lie. Yeah, yeah, it is. So that's probably what you can expect. I don't know if you follow the Kamala, her campaign now.
Well, she's already talking about trying to take away our AR-15s and trying to put a damper on our Constitution and the Second Amendment. That's not going to happen. We have guns in this country, and we're not giving them up.
Right.
We will never give
Not
them
good
up.
for our safety. Nope.
That's right. That's right. And the more they rule, the more violent it becomes. So you need to be able to protect yourself. You hear a lot about the schools, teaching all this
Oh yeah.
crazy. Do you have that in your school? Yeah.
Big time. Lots of inappropriate books for children.
It is even. Yeah.
Even in the libraries where young kids come to look for children, like fun books.
Some of the teachers also distribute material that's not appropriate.
Even in this school that's conservative.
Yes,
Yeah.
and there's a group of us that stay on top of that as parents, and we bring that to the Board of Education
Yeah.
meetings.
Yeah. Now, do you speak out if you see anything inappropriate?
I have actually been on the news with my mom before. In Connecticut, we used to go to rallies and stuff for Trump, and I used to speak out with her and talk about Trump, and they have many things like that.
Yeah, and my sister actually spoke at the Board of Ed meeting one time against.
Oh, is it on the news? Yeah.
Should be.
Yeah.
I think so.
Have you seen a change in the school system as far as this material, this kind of no?
Honestly, no.
No.
Not really. Any changes.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you
Do
were.
is keep on top of it.
That's right.
And bring it to the attention of the appropriate people
Yeah.
so that we
Yeah.
can get it removed.
And then
That's what we
yeah.
do.
And then you said you're moving to Florida, maybe.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
when the kids are done with school, my family's hoping to come down, and
Yeah.
Alexander's family is as well.
Okay, very good. I've been here a long time. My husband is from New York. We couldn't think of any better state to live in. Yeah,
God
so.
bless America and God bless Florida.
And yeah, and so nice talking to you. I always want to talk to kids because you are the future generation. And to hearing it from kids like you makes me happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. No problem.
Yeah, thank you. And I will give you my card. Yeah, did you say you had something to say about Kamala?
I have a lot to say about Kamala.
Yeah.
But I want to stay up about Trump right now. Because
Yeah, oh, it's starting now? Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Trump is what you want to talk about. 'Cause if we don't get Trump as a president, our country's done.
Yeah.
Done. We're going to become socialist. You're not going to have any rights. I know this. I saw Trump back in 2016. Everything was wonderful. Gas was $1.86. I could afford food. The IRAs were good. Everything was great. the day that the Biden-Harris took over, everything dropped. He stopped drilling, he stopped everything that made sense. Killing the steel industry, it's just awful. And it's not by accident, it's by intention. He swore he would do this when he ran as a candidate, and he did it the first day. And I don't understand, because these people, they're all suffering. Everybody is suffering because of their decisions. Trump says he's going to do something, and he's going to do something for you and me, and he doesn't. He doesn't need to be president. That's probably the only man in the country that does not need this job, and he's doing it, and it's a wonderful thing. I respect him for that. I respect him for what he did for us when he was president in 2016. I feel bad that he lost the election because of the trouble that the other side caused and the illegal things that they did. But I've even now volunteered to be a voter integrity person. I'll be at the polling sites to make sure everything's right. Hopefully there's more people who will do that. This is a great man. Like I said, he doesn't need to do it. He's doing it for me.
Yeah.
He's doing it for you.
Yeah.
So,
And he's taking all this hatred he's done for 10 years. I don't know how he does it.
I don't know anybody who can put up with what he put up with and still want to do anything.
Right.
Going to court illegally. They're going into his house illegally. The government is weaponized against him. It's just, we're collapsing. And he keeps going. He keeps persevering.
Yeah.
People don't have to be here.
No. Do you think they would do something like this for Biden? You know, look at these people. Look
I'll
at
give you my phone number if they do call me. I want to watch.
Thank you. What is your? Can I ask your name?
Sure. My name is Bob Tuholsky.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And what is your name? No, nice to meet you both. Thank you so much.
Good luck with you.
Yeah. Thank you. This is insane. Oh my God.
Somebody waving now.
Yeah. They're all drinking beer.
Thank you for the music for my video. I don't need to add.
My little planning.
Yeah, I know. And it's the best music.
I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my home. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
That boat has 300 engines on it, I think.
From the lakes of
That boat's a fortune.
The U.S. Coast Guard.
Yeah, really? Oh my God. I said the customs boat has that. It has 300 marks on it. Yeah. U.S. Customs is, I think it's a huge secret.
Every American heart, and it's time we stand and say.